Bola Tinubu has been sworn in as Nigeria's 16th president and commander-in-chief of its armed forces. Tinubu has taken his oath of office moments after Deputy Kashim Shettima was sworn in. The 71-year-old was declared the winner of a disputed February 25th presidential election after he defeated 17 other candidates by a narrow margin. He took over from the former president, Muhammadu Buhari. He will now lead basically the country at a time when Nigeria is facing several issues, including a worsening economic crisis, high inflation and increased insecurity in parts of the country. Let's get you a live update on the swearing in of the president today. We can speak to correspondent Ekeomah Eneji. A very good evening to you, Ekeomah. Grateful for your time tonight. What will President Tinubu now do for the Nigerian people now that he's been sworn in?
Now that Bola Tinubu has been sworn in, we went to the streets of some of the reactions, and the people are saying that he needs to focus on the matters of insecurity. Now, in the Buhari-led administration, that was one of the points that Buhari said was going to resolve, the Boko Haram. However, we saw a rise in insecurity from header crisis in the north central and the northwest to the indigenous people of Biafra also killing people and bandits in the southeastern states. So security is a major concern for the Nigerian people, and that is what the people of the street, the Nigerians, are clamoring for and saying this incoming administration should put so much effort to ensure that security in Nigeria is safe.
And are people still confident, perhaps, as some of them were in February, that this is the right man to get all of this done when you consider that he did not exactly win the election by a landslide?
Okay, I didn't quite get that question clearly, but I think you mentioned something around him being the best candidate. In the farewell speech that President Muhammadu Buhari gave, he mentioned that Tinubu is actually the best candidate for the job and he's leaving Nigerians in good hands. However, people think some of the supporters also agree to that because of his antecedents as two-time governor of Lagos State, which of course is the commercial capital of the state, and he boasts as being the founding father of the current Lagos that we have today, building infrastructure and whatnot. So he thinks that he has the capacity to also build Nigeria to the point that the citizens are clamoring for. Bola Tinubu already has said in his farewell, in his speech that we heard today, he mentioned that he's going to have massive welcoming of the youth in his administration. So we're all hoping to see that in as much as he's 71, which of course Nigerians have said there is a wide age gap, he's going to incorporate more youth in his administration. He also mentioned that the women will also take center place in his administration. So we hope to see a total change from what Nigerians have been used to in previous administrations.
What about his announcement that a decades-old fuel subsidy scheme will now be cancelled? What impact is that going to have on the lives of Nigerians when you consider that they're already dealing with such tough economic times?
Yeah, it's just the issue of fuel subsidy has been an issue, has been a lingering issue. And now President Bola Tinubu is saying that one of his campaign shows says that it will be removed. And the impact of that is the cost of petroleum products will be on the high side. Already we saw before Buhari left office, we also saw that there was already an increase in the price of petroleum products, and it's an issue because Nigeria already suffers poor electricity supply. So people have to focus on alternate power supply, which is the use of generators and on other means. And so it runs on petroleum products, fuel and diesel. So this will also mean that Nigerians will spend more for basic survival needs.
Ekeomah Eneji, good to speak to you. Thank you so much for your time tonight.